Hi, my angel babies. Welcome back to another episode of To Be Real. Today isn't really going to be an episode. I did record an episode this morning and my camera overheated and I got deleted. However, that's fine. I've made my peace with it, chalked it up to the game. It is what it is. I'm no longer energetically attached to that. Okay, the video's gone. I'll record it again. But I'm not re-recording that video right now. Right now, we're doing a little pep talk. I don't know if this is going to be like a full episode, which probably means it's going to be the length of a normal person's episode. But today we're talking about self-acknowledgement, self-love, self-appreciation. So let's get right into the pep talk. All right. So I've been having a rough time at work. Feeling really unappreciated a little bit, a lot of it. And I was having a really tough time, and my lovely coworker gave me a call after work and she was like, look, I don't know what's going on. I see you doing your best. Basically, I just want to acknowledge that. I'm not sure why they're going in on you like that, but I see you. And I was like, I don't know why. Like, whatever. I was really feeling it. I was feeling really singled out. Yeah, just singled out. I was like, I just don't know what it is that you feel like I'm doing so wrong, or where you expect me to be at this point with my 21st graders, that you're having like a very big issue with me. Anyways, this isn't about ranting and venting about my job, which I could do for a long time. That's not what this is about. My coworker, my friend, gave me a call and she acknowledged me, and I was feeling very victim-y. I was like, you're right. I don't know why, blah, blah. And I went to yoga. And I hadn't gone to yoga in a whole month. I took a month off and I went and I was like, I need to yoga rage. I need to rage yoga. And I really pushed myself. I'd given myself a month off. So naturally, I shouldn't have been at the level of stamina that I was pushing myself to. Like, I pushed myself. I showed up and I gave it my all, like my all. And I was really acknowledging and admiring myself and, pushing myself. And at the very end, my guide was like, yeah, it's like my spirit guide, my yoga instructor, she was like, give yourself the biggest hug. Like, you showed up for yourself. And I was like, yeah, I fucking did. And I gave myself a huge hug. And the thought came to me, if nobody else will, I will. And it was like the light bulb clicked. If nobody else will acknowledge me, I will. If nobody else will appreciate me, I will. If nobody else will applaud my effort, I will. And the difference between that sentiment and what I was feeling when my coworker gave me a call was that I needed to be acknowledged, or not even that I needed it, but when somebody gave me that acknowledgement, I felt that sense of like, wow, I was lacking that. I really needed that. And I cried. I was like, thank you so much for seeing me. It didn't need to take somebody else seeing me to know that I was giving it, I am giving it my absolute best. Like, I really show up for these kids, and I know I do because I love them. And so I know that I'm showing up to the best of my capacity. Is it a lot and really taxing and tolling? Yes. Am I tired at the end of the day, and the days that we have, the short days for the school and the long days for us? Absolutely. However, I know that I'm doing my best. And wherever you're at, wherever you feel like, why are they not seeing me? Or why are they picking on me? Or why don't they like me? You don't need to seek that validation or that approval from somebody else. And the reason why you feel that void that you need somebody else to fill is because you're not filling it. And the concept of power without permission is that you don't need anybody's permission to love yourself, to appreciate yourself, to admire yourself, to love on yourself, to forgive yourself. You don't need anybody's permission. You can give that to yourself, and you'll realize that it's filling and confidence building in a way that nothing externalized can be, because if it's externalized, it can be taken away. If it's externalized, you're depending on something. You are the dependent. They are the variable, and you kind of have to go with whatever they give you, not give you, take away, give you for a little bit and then take away. Everything is dependent on their whim, on their mood. And the crazy thing is that maybe my supervisor's just having a tough week and she needs somebody to pick on. Maybe She genuinely feels like I'm not doing enough, and she feels like she needs to crack down on me. She can tell me the things that she feels like I need to do better, and I will take that into account and decide whether that's something that I can do, that I have the capacity to do. However, the need for her to approve of me, for anyone to approve of me, before I can approve for myself, it's gone. Now that I know what it feels like to give that to myself and be like, oh wow, when I give that to myself, I just don't really need it from anybody else. It feels more validating than what anybody else could give me because I know what's going on internally. They don't. They don't know that I'm showing up at my absolute full capacity. They don't know that. Maybe they do think that I could do more because in my shoes, they could. Maybe they've been doing this for 5+ years, and so they can handle my students with a different type of finesse and with a different type of like, these kids listen to me than I can, who started this job 2 months ago. No one knows where you truly are, where your heart is, what you're trying to do. No one knows it besides you. And so to acknowledge that, to love on yourself, to appreciate yourself, that's your job. That is your job. And to externalize that is to externalize your power. And anytime, we've talked about this a million times, anytime that you externalize your power, you're going to feel that sense of hurt, heartache, frustration, sadness, anxiety, because it's out of alignment with who you truly are. You're giving away your power. You're no longer receiving the full flow of everything that is meant to flow through you because you've given a piece of yourself to somebody else. That little note, I love when Aaron Dowdy talks about this. He talks about how when we're little, we give somebody that piece of paper and it's like, do you like me? Yes or no? And we give them the ability, the power, we hand them over our power to approve of us. And depending on what they say, that's gonna decide for us whether we approve of ourselves or not, whether we feel good or whether it ruins the rest of our day, or whether we're elated because they like you back. That is not something that is meant to be externalized. And it has to do with anything. When I hugged myself in terms of like doing yoga, I felt it about my body. Like if nobody else approves of my body, I will. And the funny part is that I am that person that doesn't approve of my body. I'm the one that stands in the mirror and is like, I want to change so many things about myself that I literally cannot change. And a lot of things that I can change. But the majority of the things have to do with my natural build, my height, things that I can't, easily control. I don't have to wait until my ego gives me permission to approve of myself. I don't have to wait until I measure up to this ideal that I will never live up to because I'm not built for that. I would love to be really tall and slender and skinny. I'm 5 foot. I'm a little bit dense and compact. I stopped growing in like 6th grade. I'm not getting any taller. It is what it is. I don't have to wait until I measure up to this absolutely impossible standard for me to approve of myself. I can look in the mirror and be like, wow, for what my body is, it's great. For someone that kind of has like a naturally more stout, muscular build, my body is great. I'm no longer judging the fish for its ability to climb the tree. And I'm saying, I'm not going to wait until I look a certain way for me to approve of my body. I'm not going to wait until I am a certain weight to approve of my body. I'm not going to wait until I have this degree or until I make this amount of money for me to approve of who I am. I'm not going to wait until I'm, doing everything and whatever that I can for me to approve of myself. When I was in my relationship, I was extremely depressed and I was embarrassed for someone to witness that. Like, I've never had anybody witness my depression. I tend to live a very single life. And when I experience depression, I very much isolate. So nobody sees that. Like, I kind of lick my wounds on my own and then I come out once I feel better. And to have somebody witness that was the most horrifying, terrifying, vulnerable thing that I could experience. I felt so ashamed and embarrassed because one, I already feel that on my own because I'm like, why can't I do this? Why can't I get up? Why can't I push myself? Why can't I do all these things that I know I need to do? And then to have somebody that I admired that was showing up for himself every day and going to the gym and doing all these things and that did have the capacity to do that while witnessing me not. It was terribly embarrassing. And I wanted his approval so bad. And I would be like, oh, like, like, how do you feel about like me, not going to work today, or like maybe skipping the gym, or like, I wanted him to be like, it's fine. I get what you're going through. And he did his best to do that. Or maybe he genuinely did give me all of that, but I felt that sense of like judgment. Could have been 100% projection. Could have been, I was picking up on a little something that he was putting down. However, if I was able to validate myself in that moment and be like, I am showing up for myself in the only way that I know how, which is spiritually. This lighting is horrifying. Anyways, I'm showing up for myself in the only way that I know that I can when I experience these bouts of depression, which is spiritually. I go inside and I go within and I deal with the muck that is out of alignment, that is causing me to experience this depression, because as much as I'm witnessing the results of it in my external reality, it's stemming from my internal world, And so there's a lot of work that I need to do. If I've gotten to the point of a deep depression, there's a lot out of alignment that I need to take care of. And for me to show up in that way is something that I know is going to pull me out of this. And not just pull me out of this, put me in a position that was exponentially better than I was before, because I'm now releasing things that came up that I wasn't aware of. I'm kind of experiencing all of my darkness and all of my shadow at once. And to get back into the light, to remember that I'm the light, is to push and clear those shadows from within me. But I felt like that work, because it was so mental. It was me journaling and crying and processing and not doing the things that I knew were like burdening me and burdening my soul. I knew I was showing up for myself in the greatest capacity possible. I knew when I couldn't get out of bed. I knew the days that I could not show up at the club to go to work. I knew them. And I was honoring myself. But in trying to get the approval of somebody else, I could only feel shame and embarrassment, because I was letting somebody else tell me whether or not what I was doing was enough. And I felt like I wasn't doing enough. I felt that feeling of like, I need to do more. I couldn't. I was incredibly depressed. I needed my medications adjusted. There were a lot of things that I needed in terms of releasing. I was showing up to what I knew was the best of my capacity. And if I had been able to give that to myself, to root myself in that and be like, you know what? My life is a shit show on the outside right now, but I'm doing my best. And even if I'm not doing my best, I know that I have that desire and that drive to get out of this. And wherever I am, wherever you are, no matter what the depths of your depths are, no matter how deep in hell you are right now, at any point you can stop and turn around and be like, this is it. This is it. This is as low as I go. I'm going to start looking up. I'm going to start facing my demons that are begging, screaming for me to face them. I'm done running. I'm done digging this hole deeper and deeper because I'm unwilling to see what it is that is begging me to be released. There's a sense of empowerment that comes from that. And there's a sense of commitment and decisiveness that comes with that the universe honors. And it's not even the universe honoring it, it's the law of attraction honoring it. That law that says, if you believe X and you act on that, and you trust that, that is what you will see in your external reality. You will feel that sense of, I can and I will show up for myself. And you'll experience more and more things that prove to you, I can and I will. I know I can, I know I can, I know I can. And the universe, the world has to prove to you, I know I can. You know you can. You should believe that you can, because here, you've done it again, and you did this, and you did that, and you showed up. You deserve your own approval, wherever you are now. Even if it's so far from where you know you can go, from where you want to go, from where you're dreaming that you will go, you're here now. And if you're somewhere really deep and dark, the fact that you're still here is enough. You don't have to be here. Like, as much as it's like not our choice to be here, it very much is. It very much is. That's the whole point of free will. You've chosen to be here. You're here right now Even if you're running away, you're still here. And that is worth applauding. That is worth acknowledging. Here where you are now, you can never, ever, I'm telling you, you can never become the version of you that you desire to be without first acknowledging and appreciating the version of you that you are now. Because the version of you that you are now is the one that is going to show up to become the version that you want to be. You're not going to get there by beating up on yourself. You're not. Because even if we get there, you'll have imbued the energy of, I have to be more than I am right now. I'm not enough right now. And that's why I'm trying to change myself. And when you get there, that's the energy that it will be pregnant with. You will be there and be like, I'm still not enough. I'm still not enough. I'm still not enough. I have to do this more. Why? Because that was the energy that you put into your manifestation. If you can say here and now, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. One, because you're here. And two, because you're the one that's going to do all the hard work. Your future self is getting to reap all the benefits of this version of you that you're shitting on so hard. If anybody deserves praise and acknowledgement and appreciation, it's who you are now. Because everything that you are trying to become is going to be created by who you are now. You deserve that. Give that to yourself. And even if you don't feel like you deserve it, do it just because you know what the outcome is, and do it until you believe it. Do it until you believe it. Look at your actions, and every night take account of like, did I show up for myself in the best way that I could? No. What could I do better? Okay. What do I plan on doing better? Okay. I'm trying again tomorrow. I'm proud of you for deciding to try again tomorrow. It's not about always giving 100%. It's about if you have 10%, giving that 10% and allowing that to be enough. Because you know your capacity today was 10%. And you showed up and you gave that 10%. And you deserve that acknowledgement. Like, how unfair would it be for someone to like break their leg and they're in PE and the coach is like yelling at them like, you're not running fast enough. It's like, sir, my leg is broken. I'm showing up to the best of my capacity. I'm not saying you're broken, but if you're in a place where you feel that sense of brokenness or lack, or I'm just not where I want to be, or I'm not where I know I could be, I'm not where I dream of being, I'm not where I want to be, you're at a place right now of misalignment that is not allowing you to receive the flow of everything that would help you to realize your potential. Like, realize, like you are acknowledging and becoming aware of something, and also realize in terms of making it real. I always defended Kylie Jenner when she was like, this is my year of like realizing things. I was like, you guys are laughing at her, but I think she meant like making things real in her reality. And I've never checked this. I've never fact checked this. But if that was the year that she launched her like lip kit and stuff, that was her year of taking things from mental realizations. I'm like, wow, this is what I want to do. This is something that I would love to do and, you know, resonates with my story, and realizing it, bringing it into reality, making it real. Don't quote me on that. She might see this and be like, no, that's literally not what I meant at all, girl. But that's how I interpreted it. And I was like, yes, this is your time. You get to be the one that will realize these things, that will make them real. You have to trust yourself though, and you have to be kind to yourself. If you're the version of you that is going through the toughest time, don't you think you deserve a little kindness and empathy? You're going through it. And I'm not saying that in the sense of like you're a victim. I'm just saying you're the version of you that's going to have it the hardest because you have to work yourself out of this, you know? That's worth acknowledging. You are worth acknowledging here and now. You are worth your validation, appreciation, love here and now, where you are here and now. Why? Because you are. And I'm not saying that as in you're worthy of it because you are. No, I'm saying it because you are. You are the I am. You are the presence, the higher being that is within this. You are inherently valuable. So therefore, the fact that you are is enough. And all of the stuff that's making you think that, you know, that's not enough are the things that are out of alignment that little by little you will have to sweep away to like really remember who you are. Dusting away the dirt and the sand from the nugget of gold. Do not give anybody else the power to tell you who you are not, who you are capable of becoming because of where you are right now. Do not give anybody else that power. That's nobody else's power to have but your own. The fact that you have to give them that power means that it's your power to give, your power to not give, your power to utilize, and your power to hone your mind. No, I don't externalize my power. No, I don't listen to the version of me, to my ego that's saying that I'm not worthy, to my shadow that's saying that I'm not worthy, to the external reality that says I'm not worthy. I choose to believe that I am. Why? Because I am part of the I am. And why else? Because I'm still here and now. And why else? Because I know that I want better for myself and I'm aiming towards it. And why else? Because I'm the one that's showing up for myself. There's a million reasons why. But another thing that I realized during another yoga practice a while ago was what the real inherent value of you lies in. That was a lot of words to say where your inherent value lies. I saw understanding your inherent value as a pair of eyes peering into this world, like in the sky, in the night sky, 2 eyes. And I was like, oh, you are valuable because you are a perspective for Source to experience itself through. Your lens on life does not and will not ever exist again. Ever. And that is what makes you inherently worthy. The fact that you are. That you are a lens into life. Not what you look at. Not how far you see. Not how long you look. Not how deep you peer into something. But the fact that you are a pair of eyes, period. The fact that you're here and now. That is your inherent value. If you were not a pair of eyes, you could not do anything. You couldn't look far. You couldn't look close. You couldn't, see. You could not do that. And so your inherent value lies in the fact that you are a unique perspective. You give a unique perspective. Your experience on life will be unique. The way you show up will be unique. The way you express yourself will be unique. That is where your inherent value lies. The fact that you simply are. Your value lies in the fact that you are born and existing here and now. Anybody that has lived this earth, their value lied in the fact that they were. Because they're no longer. They're gone. Their thoughts, their memories, maybe even their creations, maybe all of the people that ever knew them and remembered them are gone. Maybe their entire lineage are gone. Does that mean that they don't have any value? No. Why? Because their value existed within them while they were here. Why? Because they were here. Everybody gets a participation trophy. The world tells us that that's not how things should be, but I don't make the rules. You get a trophy for participating. You're worthy because you're participating. You deserve love because you're participating. You should be acknowledged and loved and appreciated and uplifted because you're participating. You get a prize and you get a prize and you get a prize. Give yourself that prize. You deserve that prize. You deserve that prize. That kid that really, really tried and they lost. They deserve that prize. You might feel like you're losing right now. This is when you deserve the prize the most. Give yourself that. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be loving to yourself. You only get this one chance to do that. I'm gonna cry. You only get this one lifetime to be kind to yourself, to appreciate yourself, to acknowledge yourself, to give yourself that love. You get this one lifetime. And I'll be damned if you or I get to the end of our lives, our last breath, and realize, wow, I didn't love myself. And it's done now. I'm about to croak. I'm about to croak. This is it. And I didn't love myself. I didn't appreciate myself. I didn't show up for myself. Why? Did you feel like you didn't deserve it? Why? Question that. Question what it is, what happened, where it was that your power got left behind for you to feel like you weren't worthy or deeply inherently, just worthy of love. This is getting long. This was just supposed to be a little pep talk, and now it's an episode of its own. But I hope that really resonates with you. I'm going to listen to this episode again and again because I tend to be pretty hard on myself. I think we all do. But where you are is fine. There's nothing more that you need to do. Listen to the Abraham Hicks higher self rampage thing. She drilled that in me as well. Where you are right here, right now is fine. There's nothing more that you need to do. When I was laying in my bed, not doing the things that I needed to do, that I should have done, that was on my list to do and I still hadn't done it, I'd lay in bed and be like, if I haven't done it and I'm not doing it right now, then I'm here and now and I'm going to accept that. And I'm not going to punish myself for that. Either I'm going to get up and do it or I'm not and I'm just going to be here and be okay with that. You're okay. There's nothing more that you need to do. You're here to exist and experience life. You're currently existing and you're currently experiencing life, and therefore that is enough. Are there things that you can do to make your time here more enjoyable, to make your body more healthy, to make your connection stronger, for you to, enjoy your favorite foods or go to your favorite places or try that thing that you want to try? Yeah, you also are just getting this one chance to do that. But if that's not where you can show up for yourself right now, if that's not where you are right now, and all you can do is exist and experience right now, that's more than enough. That's more than enough. And you're appreciated. You don't need my permission or my appreciation for you to allow yourself to feel that towards yourself. But just so you know, I do. Why? Because I know what it is to not give that to yourself when you know you're giving it your all. Or when you know that you don't have anything to give and that's why you are where you are right now. I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to just wish that somebody understood that and could acknowledge, like, I get it. I get it. I get it, and I'm telling you that's not the end. It's really just the beginning. However far the darkness does take you, however deep that is, wherever you end up, you can only go up from there. And even if you go down lower, you can only go up from there. And up from there. And up from there. It's up and up and up and up. And I believe in you and your ability to realize that you are that light and to guide yourself out of that darkness and see the light at the end of the tunnel and be so excited and then look back and be like, I got myself out of that. I got myself through that. I was my own light. I followed my inner guidance system. I did what I could. I showed up in the ways that I could, and I got myself out of that. I didn't even know how, but I did every single day. I showed up every single day, and the proof is in the fact that I'm somewhere totally different here and now, no matter how long it takes you. Anyways, that is the end of the episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was the pep talk that you needed because I know it was a pep talk that I needed. Anyways, I love you. I believe in you. Your higher self believes in you. Now it's just time for you to believe in you. I normally have my laptop and I shut it and that's the end of the episode. But I don't have that today. So I will see you in my next episode. Love you. Bye.